Hello students, welcome to online session of class 9th chemistry. Chapter 2 is matter around us pure part 7. So in the previous session we had started methods of separating mixtures. Let's continue method of separating mixture. So the third method is centrifugation. We had discussed about evaporation and separation of mixture by separating funnel. The third one is centrifugation. So, what is centrifugation? In centrifugation, we spin sample very rapidly, and the denser material will go to the bottom. We can take the example of separating cream from milk. We can separate cream from milk by the help of centrifugation method. And in this method, because the milk is less denser as compared to cream, so cream will come at the top of the solution and milk will go downside. And like the same way, we can separate the butter from curd. And this is a very important method, and we can use this method in squeezing water from the clothes by the help of washing machine. And we can also take the help of mixture grinder. We can grind anything by the help of centrifugation technique. And actually this method is based upon the difference in density. So denser material will settle down at the bottom. Denser means mass per unit volume, means the number of molecules. If the number of molecules per unit volume is high, that will settle down at the bottom. And if the number of molecules per unit volume is low, or you can say density is low, it will float, it will start floating. And this technique is also used in the by the separation of drugs from the blood. We can separate drugs from the blood. In various pathology lab, we use this technique to separate the drugs. And to clear the serum, to clear the plasma, we want to separate the serum from to plasma. That time we also use this method. Hope you understand about centrifugation. And the fourth method is sublimation. Sublimation, we had already discussed this method in the previous chapter, in first chapter. So sublimation, what is sublimation? To understand the process of separation of mixture by sublimation, we understand what is sublimation. In sublimation, solid directly changes into gas without passing through the liquid phase is known as sublimation. So this activity also we will do in the practical as well. It is also one of the practical of chemistry, to separate a mixture of salt and ammonium chloride. If we take a mixture of salt and ammonium chloride, and we all know here ammonium chloride is a sublimetary product, so ammonium chloride will sublime and salt will remain in your beaker or in your china dish. So here you can write the material required in this experiment: ammonium chloride, cotton plug, inverted funnel, china dish. These are the material which we need to separate the mixture of ammonium chloride from salt. So what we will basically do in this experiment, we will take the mixture of ammonium chloride and salt in a china dish. It is china dish. Mix both of them in a china dish and covered with an inverted funnel. Inverted funnel, you can see in the picture, we can cover the china dish by the help of inverted funnel. And make sure this inverted funnel is made up of borosilicate glass, not of plastic, otherwise it will burn. So the third third step of this process is we should cover the opening of the inverted funnel by the help of cotton plug, so that vapors will not go out. Cotton plug we will insert at the end of the inverted funnel, and start heating the china dish by the help of Bunsen burner, so that now ammonium chloride vapor, solid ammonium chloride changes into vapors. And these vapors, you can see the smoke or vapors of ammonium chloride inside the inverted funnel. And after some time, these vapors condenses means in when we start cooling down the mixture, these vapors condenses on the cold or inner side of the funnel to give back solid ammonium chloride. You can scratch the ammonium chloride or white powder from the inner wall of the inverted funnel by the help of a spatula. We can scratch. the ammonium chloride, and that is ammonium chloride. And by this way we can separate solid ammonium chloride from the sodium chloride. Sodium chloride does not vaporize on heating, so it will remain in your china dish. So it is a very simple technique by which we can separate. You can take in place of ammonium chloride, we can take naphthalene balls. We can take naphthalene balls. We can take anthracene. We can take any subliminary product to show the activity of sublimation. So next, chromatography. Chromatography, it is also another kind of method of separation of mixture. It is also very important, chromatography. You will study in more detail about chromatography in the higher classes. So what is chromatography? Chromatography, the process of separation of component of a mixture is called chromatography. Chroma means color, and graph, you know all about the graph. So we have to separate the colored components of a mixture. So in this technique, what we will do, we will separate of those solute that dissolves in some solvent. Like we can take the example of dye, any color dye, any black color dye, or you can take blue color dye, any dark color dye. And obviously when you try to see the dye by your naked eyes, you see that there is only a single component, but actually it is a mixture of different components. So we have to separate the colored components of a dye by the help of chromatography. Separate components of a mixture based on ability of each component to be drawn across the surface of another material. So actually the component which is more soluble in water, you can see the component first in the form of a line. In the form, you can see the several color lines: red, sky blue, green and yellow on the chromatography paper. It is a filter paper. So what we will do, we will take a filter paper strip and put a mark 2-3 centimeter above the level of water. Put a line, draw a line by the help of pencil and scale, and put a drop of ink at the center of that line. And now try to dip the filter paper into water, but make sure the ink will not go inside water, and hang the filter paper in the cylindrical jar. And what you will observe after some time, you will see the different color bands of the ink, red or blue color ink. You can see the bands, and that is the chromatography technique. It is the slowest technique by which we can separate the different colors or different components of ink. Hope you understand about chromatography. Now the next one is the separating a solvent from a solution. So what we have to do now, we have to separate a solvent from a solution. This method is simple distillation method. You can see the picture, you can see the diagram of the apparatus setup of the distillation flask. Place a distillation flask under a Bunsen burner. You can see Bunsen burner. It is a distillation flask. It is a round bottom flask, and Bunsen burner connect it to condenser. It is a condenser. That one is condenser. Cold running water is allowed to enter from the bottom condenser and leave from the top. Now you can enter the cold water inside the condenser. Allow the condenser to slope downwards towards a beaker where the distillate is collected. Here is a beaker where we have to collect the distillate by the help of the opening. Heat a distillation flask with a solution together. Now what we will do, we will start heating the Bunsen by the help of Bunsen burner, a round bottom flask. Now the pure solvent is collected in the beaker. Pure solvent, which is water. Now you can collect the water in a beaker by the help of condenser, and the second solvent will remain in the distillation flask. So it is a technique in which we have to use a thermometer as well to note down the temperature, to note down the boiling point. It is a technique. Hope you understand about simple distillation method. Next one is Separating miscible liquids. Miscible liquids, those can completely mix with each other. So in fractional distillation, the apparatus is almost similar to that of the distillation flask. The one only the difference between the two is fractionating column. It is a difference between simple distillation and fractional distillation. In simple distillation, we are not using the fractionating column, but in fractional distillation we are using fractionating column. So what we will do in this, place a distillation flask under a Bunsen burner. It is a distillation flask and it is a Bunsen burner. So what we will do, we will place a distillation flask, and under the distillation flask Bunsen burner, the fractionating column is connected to a condenser. It is a fractionating column, you can see, and it is connected to a condenser. It is condenser. Cold running water is allowed to enter from the bottom. Cold running water allowed to enter from the bottom condenser and leave from the top. And you can put cold running water into the condenser, and it will allow water outlet. You can take the help of water outlet, allow the condenser to slope downwards. Now you can see the slope of the condenser is downward, so that we can collect very easily distillate into a beaker. It is a pure liquid component that we are collecting by the help of condenser, by the help of this outlet into the beaker. Or it is actually a conical flask, which you will use in chemistry lab. It is a conical flask, and it is not a beaker. That is distillation flask. Round bottom is a distillation flask, and it is a conical flask. You can take beaker as well in place of conical flask. Heat a distillation flask with a mixture together with porcelain chips until it boils. Now you start heating distillation flask by the help of Bunsen burner until it starts boiling. And you are using thermometer as well to note down the temperature, to note down the boiling point. The miscible liquids with a lower boiling point is collected. Obviously, the liquid which one have the lowest boiling point or the lower boiling point, which will start boiling first, and you can collect the that liquid by the help of the vapors start going into the condenser. Now they start cooling down, and you can collect the droplets of the liquid which have the lowest boiling point. So it is a very important method, fractional distillation method. So next and the last method of separation of substances is separating dissolved solids from a solution. So we have to separate the solid from solution. So the technique name is crystallization. We have to separate the crystallization by the method of crystallization, the components of a mixture. So what we will do in this activity, crystallization applies to all substances, while evaporation applies to substances that do not decompose when heated strongly. So first we have to understand why crystallization is better than evaporation. It is better than evaporation because it is applies for all substances, while we applied evaporation only the substances which do not decompose when strong heating, right? So it is better than crystallization. We can apply it for all substances. Set up an apparatus of a beaker of the solution. We have to separate substances. So we have to set up, apply heat under the beaker with the Bunsen burner until a hot saturated solution is formed. You have to apply heating while you will not get a saturated solution. So the solution is allowed to cool and the mixture is then filtered. Separation is complete. You have to allow to cool down the mixture after heating, and after that you will find out the crystals of a particular solid. So what actually we will do in this activity, we have to take impure sample, like you can take the sample of copper sulfate. You can take the sample of copper sulfate, you can take the sample of potash alum in a china dish, dissolve it dissolve it in minimum amount of water. Take the water and dissolve copper sulfate, or if you are taking the potash alum, you can dissolve potash alum also in water. Filter the impurities. How can we filter the impurities? By the help of filter paper. And after that, you try to evaporate water from copper sulfate solution. How can we evaporate? By the help of Bunsen burner. Start heating, so water will evaporate and copper sulfate will remain in the china dish. And now you are get the saturated solution or thick solution of copper sulfate. Cover the solution with a filter paper and leave it undisturbed at room temperature. Cover the solution with the filter paper. Now you have to cover the solution and leave it for a day or for some time undisturbed, and start cooling down the solution. And what you will obtain? You will obtain crystals of copper sulfate in china dish after a day, after some time, and this process is known as crystallization. So these all are the methods of separation of components of a mixture. Hope you understand all the method of separation of mixture. Thanks everyone. Bye everyone.